Hi, I'm Matt from HockeyReviews.ca, and this is the Sherwood Rekker M90 glove snapshot review. I don't have these to actually wear and to use, so I can't use them, but I'm going to talk about them and compare them to the other Sherwood gloves that I have had. And I've talked about these ones will be in a separate video, so another tease for these coming soon. You got to check that out, subscribe to me to make sure you get to see that. So we'll ignore the pros because the pros are a bit more expensive, and we'll compare these to the Code V gloves that Sherwood sent me that I will be using for long-term tests. But before that, if you are buying any piece of equipment, please check out the link in the description to Pure Hockey. Clicking that link, making a purchase, gives me a kickback, so helps support the channel so I keep doing what I'm doing. It would be greatly appreciated. All right, so on to these gloves themselves. I am scared what's going to happen with this glove because I think this is well, we'll get into it, but for this, these are $169 Canadian. So it's not the super cheap one, and the retail code, these ones are $150, so they are a bit more money. These ones honestly fit a bit looser than these ones do. These are both 14s. But these ones, like they're both kind of a similar design. They're not really 4 rolls, and they're both like kind of snuggish fitting, but they're more the anatomical cut. So it kind of scares me a bit of what's going to happen to these because I don't want them to go anywhere. They already have their 4-roll glove with the 50-30s. So this one's, I think, is supposed to be the more anatomical one, but this glove is, I'll say, this is a great glove, and I really hope something like they don't go away with these and they continue to live on because of how good this is. So the glove itself, as you can see, it kind of looks like a reverse CCM jet speed. So put this over here, and it's a really similar design to a jet speed, but I think these came out at the same time or slightly before than that, so it's not like they're really copying it. It's just something looks similar. All right, so the M90 does a bunch of things better than what the Code gloves do. And so I guess we'll jump into that really quick and talk about it. So the thumbs are very different, as you can see. They're both flex thumbs, but the M90 doesn't flex as much as the Code does. You can kind of see like that, but it's not bad. And the way that it's designed, it's almost like the 3-piece thumb, like kind of like the Bauer and STX way, because it does kind of flex down like that, and you can see the whole thing moving. I have no problems with this flex thumb. Again, it's not the best version of it, and this one definitely moves more. But this one is like fine and had never had hindrance using it. This one's really similar to what the old BPM line was. But the big part about this one is when you do pressure on here and when you actually hit this, you don't feel that plastic piece digging into your hand. So that is all padded the correct way. Unlike this one, where if you get hit with a puck here or you push right here, you can feel the plastic of the thumb design digging into your hand. And I've talked about that on the specific review. So yeah, you can pull the liner out and you can actually see the plastic area that starts to dig into your hand. That doesn't happen on the M90s. You can't feel that at all. It's super protective, and that's really great. The cuff still has the same issue as with this one, where it has that gap of basically spandex. This one, the spandex is navy, but you can kind of see it right there. So if you do get that one spot, it does, like, it goes right through and it hurts because this is just a piece of foam and there's nothing here, like no plastic insert there to really take the impact. This is so close to this just being all the way down. Like if that just was built all the way down, that wouldn't have that gap for protection, because when you hit up here, it's fine. It's when you get right in the middle of the two is where it hurts, and it really doesn't do anything, as you can see, for the flex. So this really needs to come over to really flex, just like the Code does. So you can see how that flex like that. This one kind of hits a bit, but once you pop, it hits like that. But once you pop that over, it flexes even better. This should all be all the way down, just like the other one, so you wouldn't have that issue. So the foam package is a little bit thicker feeling than what is on the Code ones. Has that triple density, so you have plastic, harder foam, and then a softer foam. The nice part that I really like, though, is this index finger protection, how high and like big this is. It is a little too squishy, so that's not going to do quite enough for protection as a harder piece is, kind of like this one. But I like how big it is and how much room it takes up. Reminds me of the older Warriors or even Warrior gloves just now, and that's one of the best index finger designs, so that's a really good design there. Mobility and everything is great on both of these gloves. It really moves well with your hand all the way through. It's just like, this is just a really nice glove, honestly, all in out. You can see how like much this breaks and moves with you. So it's really nice feeling glove. The palm is not an axi suede, which the Code is, which is super soft. This one's just a Nash, but this one feels better than what's on the Pro gloves. So the Sherwood Code 5 Pro gloves have a Nash. This one feels softer, and I really like this. It does have that extra layer on it though, so you get a little bit longer durability because it does have the 2 layers, but you do lose a little bit of feel with that. But in my, I have no problems with that because it is soft and comfortable, and it felt fine. My one concern about this glove, it does have stretch gussets, as you can see, is the heat on these, because in my experience, past Sherwood gloves have run hot. Not really the case with this, because it does feel much more airy and breathable, and you can kind of feel air coming through it more. This one does feel like it's going to be hotter than what the other ones were, so that's a little disappointing for that. But the rest of the glove is really excellent. I really, really like it. I hope this doesn't go anywhere because it's so nice. The liner is just like I don't know if it's labeled or anything before. It does have this anti-stink technology, ultra fresh, I think it's labeled. It's not that great. It's just, honestly, I always found this stuff to run pretty hot. The new liner with the COP R29 stuff with the actual copper thread through it is a nicer liner. It will keep you cooler from my experience, and it's just nicer to the touch. This one's soft, but it's not anything great. In my opinion, between these two, I would say go M90 all the way. You're getting better protection, a lot better protection in the thumb. You're getting a glove that is just as mobile and everything, but you're going to have more protection overall because of that thumb. This one definitely feels a bit more comfortable because of that AX suede palm. But for me, that's kind of really minimal. And even then, this Nash palm is super comfortable as well. This is a huge glove. This is a very good glove that people are going to sleep on because it's a Sherwood and because it doesn't have a ton of marketing behind it. But the M90 is really, really solid, and a glove that I'd really recommend people check out. Yeah, so that's about it for this glove. Again, more Sherwood content coming, as well as this thing, which is pretty awesome. Hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully you thought it was interesting. I'm a huge fan of it. If you ever do buy PC gear like these gloves or anything Sherwood, let them know on social media. If it's any other company, please let them know on social media as well. It gets me on the radar so if I can get more gear like the Sherwood stuff, so I can do reviews on. If you are buying anything, please check out the link in the description below to Pure Hockey. Clicking that link, making purchase will give me a kickback, help support the channel so I keep doing what I'm doing. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and take it easy.
You're watching HockeyReviews.ca.